Antarctica is the southernmost continent on Earth, covering an area of about 14 million square kilometers, making it the fifth largest continent. Antarctica is a mysterious and harsh world covered in ice, where the average annual temperature ranges from 20 Bauerquaten on the coast to 60 grains deep within the continent. Due to its extreme conditions, Antarctica remained unexplored and inaccessible to humans for a long time. The history of Antarctica's exploration began relatively recently. Until the end of the 18th century, it remained the unknown southern continent, whose existence was speculated but not confirmed. The first known person to cross the Antarctic Circle was the British navigator James Cook in 1773. During his second voyage, he circumnavigated the continent but never saw its shores, leaving the mystery of Antarctica's existence unresolved. It wasn't until the early 19th century that people first sighted the continent. In 1820, several expeditions independently reached the shores of Antarctica. The Russian expedition led by Fabian Bellingshausen and Mikhail Lazarev, the British expedition under the command of Edward Bransfield, and the American expedition of Nathaniel Palmer were the first to discover this uncharted land. They confirmed the existence of Antarctica and began mapping it. However, due to the harsh climate, Antarctica remained largely inaccessible for exploration throughout the 19th century. It was only at the beginning of the 20th century that the era of heroic Antarctic expeditions began. One of the most significant events was the first successful expedition to the South Pole by the Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen in December 1911. Amundsen and his team reached the pole, beating the British expedition led by Robert Scott, who arrived at the pole a month later. Unfortunately, all members of Scott's expedition perished on the return journey due to extreme conditions. In the following decades, exploration of Antarctica continued, but remained extremely challenging due to the harsh climate. One of the most famous expeditions was the journey of British explorer Ernest Shackleton from 1914 to 1917. His goal was to cross Antarctica via the South Pole, but the expedition faced disaster when their ship, the Endurance, was trapped in ice and sank. Despite incredible hardships, Shackleton and his team managed to survive and return home, which became one of the greatest stories of survival in extreme conditions. After World War II, interest in Antarctica grew, marking the beginning of a new era of exploration. During the International Geophysical Year of 1957-1958, several research stations were established, including the Soviet station Vostok and the American station McMurdo. These stations became bases for ongoing scientific research, which continues to this day. An important milestone in Antarctica's history was the signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, which came into force in 1961. This treaty established Antarctica as a territory dedicated exclusively to peaceful scientific research and prohibited any military activity and mineral extraction on the continent. Today, 54 countries have signed the Antarctic Treaty, making it one of the most successful international agreements. Antarctica is a unique continent that plays a crucial role in Earth's climate system. Its ice cover contains about 70% of the world's freshwater reserves. Research conducted by scientists helps to better understand climate processes and predict changes in the environment. One of the most significant discoveries was the Antarctic ozone hole. In 1985, scientists discovered a significant decrease in ozone concentration in the atmosphere over Antarctica, leading to the concept of the ozone hole. This discovery prompted the global community to adopt the Montreal Protocol, aimed at reducing the use of substances that destroy the ozone layer. In Antarctica, ancient meteorites have also been discovered, providing evidence of the early history of the solar system. For example, in 1984, the meteorite ALH 84001 was found, which is believed to have originated from Mars and may contain possible traces of microscopic life. This discovery sparked tremendous interest in space exploration and the possibility of life on other planets. Despite Antarctica remaining uninhabited except for temporary research stations, the continent plays a key role in global politics and science. In recent years, Antarctica has become a focus of international cooperation, as well as a potential zone of conflict due to interests in mineral extraction and climate change. The history of Antarctica is one of fearless explorers, scientific discoveries, and international cooperation. This icy continent continues to be an object of interest to scientists and a symbol of humanity's collective efforts to understand.